Let's discuss the costume choices for this year's Halloween episode at Abbott Elementary. Spoilers if you aren't up to date. Halloween episodes are always great looks into the psyche of the character and their current status within their respective arcs. So let's start off with Mr. Johnson because he had one of my favorite costumes. He decided to go as the iconic Jimmy Butler at a press conference. This reflects how Mr. Johnson views himself as an outcast and a maverick, a man that plays by no one's rules and does things just because he wants to. It also reminds us that Mr. Johnson, just like Jimmy Butler, is very cool and sets a lot of trends. Do you guys remember the episode where Greg tried to make that hat happen and no one liked it until he put it on his head? The man's a trendsetter. He's someone that people are looking out for. But he's also someone that is easily dismissible because of the level of ridiculousness they're associated with. Now, Barbara opts for a very safe choice as a cheetah. She's conservative. She's covered from head to toe. She chooses a costume that everyone will know. She doesn't try anything new and exciting or part of current pop culture because Barbara does not like to stray into the unknown. Now, Melissa's costume is a reflection of the fact that she is low-key a bleeding heart. Easy to write her off as this like mafioso member. At the end of the day, she is the type of person that has a connection. And her choosing to dress up as Sweet Cheeks, the guinea pig that she fronted on to keep up her hardcore facade, shows how comfortable she is in her skin and in anyone perceiving her as anything but hard. Ava, once again, goes all out with her costume. Just like the Storm costume, she easily has the most expensive looking one. Ava loves to stunt. This was probably custom made. And just like the Storm costume, she chose a comic book character, reminding us that Ava likes nerdy shit. Beyond that, her choosing Blade was one, a leader and an anomaly, also known for his style and the duality of the character overall. Perfectly reflects what Ava is right now. She's a day walker. She's a nerd that could hang around like rappers and in the club and at the cookout and nobody would know what she really was. In the day, she in the Javits with us, and at night, she in the club with the NBA players. Greg and Janine had the cutest couple costume. I lied. Melissa's and Sweet Cheeks costume was definitely cuter, but still, this is next. Since season 1, we've seen Janine and Greg bond over their love of cinema. And really more of cult classics. Like, we never hear them talk about, like, I don't know, Casablanca or like some French film. Even when Greg drops his most iconic line, I want to know why you like things, he's talking about a movie that Janine referred. That Windworm episode where the big upset that they wouldn't hang out is that they couldn't watch Dune. Having them choose something as iconic as Jurassic Park, then interpreting it in the most niche way possible, reminds us that Janine and Greg exist in their own bubble, and that's so cute. They have inside jokes with each other, and they are interpreting media different than everyone else they interact with. Because it would have been easy for him to dress up like a dinosaur and her to dress up like Jeff Goldblum. That's what makes their switch to the peanut butter and jelly costume so heartbreaking, because they did it to conform to other people's standards, which took some of the fun out of their night, which made them switching back to their original costume feel like a declaration of love. So I had to talk about my favorite librarian. The hat is such a great choice because she's a librarian for children, and that's such an iconic piece of media. But Inez also be popping out randomly like the Cat in the Hat. It was so fitting that Jacob would have this tone-deaf costume because for such a well-meaning man, he's still white and he's still a little bit behind on learning about icons. And it's his curse to learn about things and how they affect the people that he's close with and have to sit in his own whiteness. It's beautiful. Tell me, who was your favorite costume? Let me know in my comments below.